Alright, so here's the old arm that I'm going to disassemble and use these servos for the new arm. So let's get to it. These were just little reinforcing plates because the frame was not supported. So these took care of that in this design. The new design is more stable, less bulky. It's not 3D printed like this one, but I think it's going to be a lot better. The main problem with this design was actually the shoulder shaft just didn't reliably stay into position even when I had it locked. So the new one, while it's not, the shoulder won't be as supported as the other one, it's gonna be more precise movement. We'll see how it goes. I like this design because the servos fit snugly into each of the pieces, and it worked out well. But you know, you try something out and you move on. Well, it might be actually glued on. All right. Interesting. Remembering the order of operations of things. Yeah, see, they just slid right out, which is really nice. They were locked into place when they were in use, but they didn't need to be screwed in place, which was nice. Nice thing is I'll be able to reuse a lot of this hardware for the other arm. I was trying to use all black screws just to keep it looking kind of uniform, and now I'll have some more to use for that, so I don't have to switch to silver. Not that the cosmetic stuff matters, but you know, you really get to add some kind of uniformity to its look, even though it's just a temporary iteration. Freed up. There were a lot of really good things about this design that I liked that I may redo later, but I'm going to save these pieces because I try and keep a catalog of all the things we've done previously to try and improve for the future. Keep the arm intact with all the servos and everything, but I really don't want to use them for the next project, so I try and use all the resources that we have before we buy new things. Because we don't have some huge budget. wiggle it out. There it comes. Alright. So there was the original shoulder piece. Pretty cool design. It really served the purpose well. Get that out of there. There's a different driver for that. Let's see what we can get. I think this will probably work better. Yep. And that will happen. Cracked a little bit, but again, I'm probably not going to use these again. I'm just going to keep them for historical purposes. Bad boy out of here. And like these pieces here that we're strengthening, these aren't 3D printed or anything. These actually just came from a kid's toy in the box, where they have those twist ties that hold the toy against the back display of the box. I don't know if it was from a Nerf gun or something like that, but these came out of the box, and I immediately knew that in the future this would become really useful. So it's always good to save this kind of stuff if you're doing projects, anything like this, or pretty much anything. I mean, this could be used for any number of things, so I'm really glad that I saved these. I've used this kind of stuff like all the time for different things. Right, looks like, oh, there we go. It may have been glued a little bit. I think it might have been super glued. That's why it was stuck. And that's just a scrap piece of 3D printed material. Even all my failures, I try and save anything that I'm not going to grind up and make into new filament, because like this, I just cut this piece off and it's plenty strong and it does the job. You can reuse old prints that didn't work out. Right. This was a little bit more of a complex part. It's kind of two parts combined, and it worked out really well. So, all right, here's the gripper that I have on here for that. The first one, you can see the servo's not even really attached. It really wasn't the final design. I wasn't really prepared to use this as any type of useful gripper. It was more of a placeholder for what I'm working on. These are lock nuts. They slip off anytime you use them, or it vibrates. It's really important to get lock nuts. You can use some type of Loctite or even like nail polish or different things to stop that nut from backing off. But obviously lock nuts would be the ultimate. If you use them, that would really make all the difference. So for this one, considering just leaving it intact, but I can't get this motor off without removing this, because the screw that holds this all together is on the inside. So I would take apart this gripper, get this servo. So let's do that. Looks like it's only actually one screw, so let's do that. Just this one. Yep, that's not too bad. And then we can get into here. This one. Get this one screw out of there. Loose or not? I can't tell. Let's see. There we go. Right tool for the right job, right? That should do it. There we go. Alright, so we got 4 servos freed. I don't know what I'm going to do for gripper for the new arm. I may use this temporarily until I come up with something better. I mean, it functions fine. Those nuts definitely need to be secured because the whole thing gets really floppy really fast. Alright. By the way, this tool is one of the best tools I've ever owned. I've had a few of them over the years, but I use it all day long, all the time. It's very different from a Leatherman. It's a Gerber in the way that it's got the tools on the inside. They fold out from the inside, which means the outside is nice and round. It's really good to grip, and the pliers go down inside like that. Seriously, one of the best tools I've ever owned.